I'm Dr. Scott Law, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Smile Doctors Off Mute podcast. Since this is our first episode, I want to tell you a little about me, about our company, and about this podcast and our intentions for it. And what's in it for you, whether you're a resident or someone in private practice or someone looking for a transition. We hope that this is helpful as we discuss topics that are relevant to the industry of orthodontics, both clinical and business, and how they affect us now and in the future. Wherever you are in your journey, my goal, our goal of this podcast is that it's very helpful. When I think about what led to starting Smile Doctors, I can't help but remember my first days in practice. My journey was unique. I went to dental school at Pitt, and I graduated in 2006. Shortly after that, I practiced as a general dentist for about a year before going back to orthodontic residency in Jacksonville, Florida from 2007 to 2009. 2009 was a tough time. Economics were tough. There weren't a lot of practices for sale, and I think a lot of the headwinds we were facing then are similar to what we're facing right now. And so the macroeconomic environment was tough, just like we're facing right now. And so not only were there not a lot of patients who wanted to get started, but there was a lot of uncertainty. And so I found a practice to be crazy enough to buy at the time. And it was one that I then was able to grow. And we took that from a standard $1 million location to one doing about $10 million. And all of that was founded on, let's make it a party every day. And how can we love our patients and love them first and straighten their teeth second, really prioritizing them. As I did so and the practice grew, unfortunately, my leadership did not grow at the same rate. And so I knew that I needed help. I either needed to get bigger and I needed to bring on additional help, partners, people who could fill in some of those gaps, or I needed to get smaller. Smaller wasn't an option. I wanted to change too many lives. I wanted to make a greater impact on the people who came in and out of our doors every single day. And so luckily I was able to cross paths with Dana Fender and Greg Goggins. Those two gentlemen, we decided to throw our practices together, seeing how we practice so similarly, and that our mantra was very much the same in putting people first and teeth second, and it was a very natural fit. We started that in 2015, and that's when Smile Doctors was formed. From there, we grew to, I think at the start, we were about 9 locations, and currently we're at over 450 with over 330 partner doctors. And it has been an incredible journey. We've learned amazing things along the way, from our arrogance to thinking that we knew what was best and that we knew the single best way to practice, and to quickly getting kicked in the stomach and saying that, oh my goodness, there are so many amazing ideas out there and so many things that we could learn from other incredible partners, incredible practices. And the special sauce is when we combine all of those things with the culture that we have. We can take the best practices of all of them and share them all around and then implement. And implementation, I believe, is the number one key to a successful orthodontist. It's taking all of the great ideas out there, filtering what you feel fits with you, your personality, your leadership style, and then being dogged, committed to implementing those things on a daily basis. Inspiring your team, leading them, and showing them how they can change lives and put other people first. I think too often in orthodontics, we put ourselves as the number one. It's a very paternalistic mindset. It's something that we kind of grew up with, I think, as doctors, that we find that if it is to be, it's done by me. We're the only ones who can do anything right, do anything perfect, even though we've never done anything perfect. We've never finished a case perfectly. We've never run a business perfectly, and I have sadly come to find out we never will. And so as a recovering perfectionist myself, I embrace the journey, embrace the progress, embrace that every day is an opportunity to get a little bit better, all while putting others first. We've been doing a lot of listening. We've heard success stories, we've heard challenges, we've heard about new innovations and interesting things that are coming. And frankly, sometimes that talk is negative around OSOs. We get it. People don't understand it and don't see the similarities of the OSO to the private practitioner. We have to win patients the exact same way. We have to finish those cases beautifully. Otherwise, dentists won't refer. Otherwise, families won't continue to refer. And it's all about maintaining and growing those relationships and our reputation within the community. And so much the same way that the private practitioner has to fight to do those every single day, we're the same way. It's just a different organization, different business model and ownership model, whether it's a group or a fraction of many hundreds of practices, or whether it's a solo practice. It's all about ownership. It's all about taking care of patients and putting them first. So after all that listening, as the country's largest OSO, we are excited to do some of the talking and come off mute. And so we're very excited to share some things that we've learned along the way, interview incredible partners I think that the industry is not even aware of, who have flown under the radar and who have brought so much and impacted Smile Doctors and all of its partner doctors so much. We'll be interviewing them and sharing their thoughts, their ideas, their journeys, so that others can learn from them and so that we can all get better. It's been said that a rising tide raises all boats. And that's what we hope to do with this podcast, to make everyone better. We're really excited about future episodes. Our next one up is going to be with Dr. Zach Casagrande. He is the #1 Invisalign provider in the world and also leads Smile Doctors as the clinical director of aligners. He's going to share reasons why an OSO affiliation might fail. And so I know you'll be interested to hear that and tune in and come away with an extreme education on this. I want to make it very clear that this is not a commercial for Smile Doctors. Again, we hope that people learn lessons. There's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of misnomers out there of what's going on, who are OSOs, what does the future hold? And again, we hope to answer many of those questions for people by coming off mute and getting them the education that they need to make great decisions on behalf of themselves, their business, and their patients. Hope you'll tune in.